Hey everyone, Rowan here with a super quick, more loosely scripted video than usual to talk about the new Captain Picard Star Trek show, which I'm super excited for. But aside from the announcement, we've been told very little about the story of this new show. All we know is that it's 20 years after Nemesis, and a vague hint from Patrick Stewart that Picard may not be a captain anymore and maybe a very different person from the man we know. However, based on some new info I've read recently, this is my theory of what this new show could be. I don't know if I'm right, this is mostly speculative, but it makes sense to me. So a lot of what I'm going to talk about is based on an article from Star Trek Italia, which details new trademarks which have been registered by CBS for new Star Trek TV shows. The first trademark is for something called Star Trek Reliant. The only thing I can think that may refer to is the USS Reliant, which was taken over by Khan in The Wrath of Khan. And there's been rumours of a long gestating Khan-centred project for a while now, so this could be that. However, the second trademark which raised my eyebrow was Star Trek Destiny. I don't know if I've mentioned it before, but there is a fantastic book trilogy which shares the same name, Star Trek Destiny, written by David Mack. It's a post-Nemesis story which is basically the final confrontation between the Borg and the Federation, and it's amazing. Now here's where I put my conspiracy theory hat on. First of all, David Mack recently wrote a Star Trek Discovery accompanying novel Desperate Hours. I haven't read it yet, but I probably should because David Mack is a terrific Star Trek writer. He often goes above and beyond what's expected from a simple tie-in novel and can really come up with great material for established characters and settings. But Mack's commission for recent work means he must have some fans on the current Star Trek TV producing team, so I wouldn't be surprised at all if old Alex Kurtzman has been looking at Mack's Destiny trilogy. And if David Mack joined the writing team, that would be amazing as well. But the second piece of conspiracy theory craziness I'm latching onto is the idea that Captain Picard may not, well, be a captain anymore, and he may be a very different person than the one we know. So if Picard has retired in this new series, or has taken on some other assignment like an archaeologist or an ambassador, or maybe he's just tending his vineyard like in All Good Things, wouldn't a Borg invasion like the one depicted in Star Trek Destiny be the perfect motivator to bring Picard back into the fold? Or perhaps an incident involving the Borg is what caused Picard to step away from commanding starships altogether. Pure speculation, but to me it makes sense. Now I do have to say that this is clutching at straws a wee bit here. Trademarks can be registered for a variety of reasons such as copyright security or to avoid brand confusion. Although these have been registered, it doesn't stop CBS from changing the title further down the line. There's no guarantee this Star Trek Destiny is referring to the books of the same name. After all, there is a TNG episode and movie both called First Contact, so it could just be a coincidence. There's also no way of knowing if these specific trademarks have anything to do with the new Picard show which has been announced whatsoever. So take everything I'm saying with a huge grain of salt. That being said, if the new Picard TV show is an adaptation of David Mack's novel trilogy, that's some brilliant source material to pull from. And just think what the Borg could look like with modern visual effects and modern makeup prosthetics. I mean, the visual effects and prosthetics and so on, which have been seen on Discovery, have been really top-notch before. It's kind of no wonder they've been nominated for an Emmy for that stuff. First Contact is the only true great TNG movie. Despite my admitted fondness for Generations, I'm well aware of its flaws, but mixing Picard with the Borg is a good way to conjure some great material for the character. And if Patrick Stewart is on board, I wouldn't be surprised if other characters return for the post-Nemesis story. If we could have a show, whether it be a single season or 3 seasons of this epic space opera final showdown against the Borg, driven by a focus on Jean-Luc Picard, that would be some terrific stuff in my book, and I'd be really excited for that. But then again, it could be something entirely different. Either way, I'm still excited. What do you think the new Picard show could be? Any ideas of your own you'd like to speculate on? Do so in the comments below. If you like my videos, you can see them early on my Patreon for just $5 a month. Until then, have a good one guys, live long and prosper.